I know I'm live, but it tells me it's only at 60%. Good evening, everybody. It is November. A November to remember. All right, and we are live. Let me check on the other side here. Yes, we are live. And good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday night to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, we'll wait till a few more people drift in this evening. Rolf, how you doing? Good evening to you. I hope that you are doing well. Rolf, what area of the country? I don't even know. I assume you're in the United States. What's up, Goldie? How you doing, girl? It was good to see you. Hi, Laura. Uh, Rolf, what area of the country are you in? Just curious. You don't have to dox yourself. Hey, Canadian girlie, how you doing? How you doing, huh? Sandy, Callie, how you doing, doll? The Yellow Rose of Texas is in the chat. Hello, Linda. Nice to see you. Good evening. Yeah, I got my California shirt on. I guess I should learn how to use an iron one day. Penny Pincher, nice to see you. Tricia, hi watch. Good to see you. Lip, oh, North Dakota, cool. It must be getting cold. Dreamweaver RV, nice to see you. Good evening to you. A lot of RV people coming around. It's almost like the Boyt, the bottom of YouTube, is kind of reconstituting some of the RV community, because the original Boyd, the real backbone of that, the real backbone of the original Boyd was the RV community, whether it was Class A's, Class B's, Class C's, travel trailers, bumper pools, fifth wheels, toy haulers. That's what we all cut our teeth on things like that. Now we have a big resurgence because of COVID-19. People want the safety of being isolated, but still being outside. And I don't blame them. So, Penny Pincher, I hope you're good. Lips, it was nice today, 36 degrees. It was beautiful here. Now, I noticed about the 5 minute mark after I go live, my Streamlabs kind of farts a little bit, meaning that you might see a spin or something, the spinning wheel of doom, some crazy thing come up on the screen. All you have to do is just refresh your browser and it should be okay. The aftermath of the party. Hello, Janet. Nice to see you. And Eddie here too. How you doing tonight, Janet? Hope you're seeing. I love the serenity of your house. Well, it is the calm after the storm, and we'll be talking about that today. It's with kind of a tinge of sadness. You know, we had 5 days of yuck yucks and knocking it around here on the Rancho and a blast. We did some travels, we did some adventures, and we had a great time. I love the California Republic shirt. I have money, yes. I believe that Joey D gave me this, my friend Joey D. Hello, Jody. Nice to see you. I am doing well. Thank you, honey. Pretty good here. Yeah, the boss said you use a TENS machine. Janet, does that help your legs? And has that been working out pretty good for you? You have that Doris Day glow today. Young, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be happy? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. K, Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. K, Sarah, Sarah. K, Sarah, Sarah, woo! Yeah, I loved your Halloween adventures. Thanks for sharing it. Tricia, thank you for being along on those adventures. Welcome to you, Joseph. Yeah, a little bit of the Doris Day. See, I just had that fart right at the 4 minute mark. I did like Doris Day. She was an icon. Yeah, I think she lived to 90 some years old. So she was quite the institution. You're singing? Yeah, I remember. She debuted that song in when she starred opposite in of Jimmy Stewart in Alfred Hitchcock's classic "The Man Who Knew Too Much," where she debuted that at the Royal what is that? The Albert Hall in London, the Royal Albert Hall. A few great days. You exhausted me with great content. Thanks, thanks. I was doing a lot of laundry today and laundering, towels and things and getting things back in order, turning off the water heater. And it's, you kind of look at things wistfully. It's so much fun when the rancho, we peeked it out. We had a whole living room full of people with J.K. NoCal and his beautiful wife Harmony. Mr. Z and Monkey Boy and Bobby was back. Just really had a blast last night. And there's a little bit of missing it and wishing it would continue forever. And then we had the overlay of the first day of standard time back again. And that's kind of a drag at 4:30, 5 o'clock to see the dark shadows creeping in and know that at 5:30 it's going to be dark. That sucks. So, had knee problems, seems to help. Also doing rehab with the therapist. Okay. Thank you, Sniper. Good evening, BB. Good to see you. Kevin Coda in the house. It is a great song, the great Doris Day. So I assume the boys are on the road. They left about noon. They should be chugging into Las Vegas about 9 p.m. Shouldn't really be any traffic to speak of on a Sunday. It should be clear sailing. There's J.K. NoCal, the party animal. Yeah, pretty name Harmony for a pretty gal. Thank you for a week of fun festivities. It was really fabulous. If we're going to be shifting gears, I'm going to put up the Halloween. Trevor says, when are you putting away the Halloween decorations and putting up the Christmas tree? I will be on the rancho for Christmas season this year. I will not be around for Thanksgiving up here this year, but I'm typically around for Christmas. And I enjoy it. Now, when will I put the Halloween decorations down? Since I have a quick turnaround to be at the door tomorrow, I'm going to leave the Halloween, what little bit there is right here. It's going to be left up until I return in about what, 12 days, something like 10 or 11 days, something like that. So I will go ahead and do that. Hey, Amy, how are you? Nowadays, simple things make us happy. If you are buffering, hit your refresh, okay? The government may be playing with our internet connections, right? Just hit your refresh on your browser. It'll typically do something stupid like that. So as to when I'm going to put the tree up, I never will. I want to go to, Bobby wants to go to Las Vegas. We'll try to do that trip in usually the second week we go to Las Vegas for, I think about 3 nights or something about that is all typically that Bobby wants to do. We'll do 3 nights in Vegas. And when I get back, I will get a tree and we'll get things aligned in here and put the tree up and we'll make things look real. Well, I will make things pretty. It's going to be different this year, of course. Missy Jen not being around here for the first time in 5 years, that's going to be different. But we will, with all of you guys here in the chat, that's what makes you are in fact like family to me. So I will still have a very nice Christmas season here. Hey, Joni, eggnog and titties, right? How you doing, Craig? The buffering was just me. Yeah, so I would say I will put up my tree 16th of December. I don't like it to be up too early. Probably the 16th of December. It's going to be, I've got to hump the chairs around and move things around, but I think around the 16th. Safe travels. Hope you have a wonderful time with your pops. I am not seeing my pops this time. I had to dash my plans to travel east because of the pandemic at the current time. The governor of Maryland has reinstated a emergency again there, and as you know, the cases of COVID-19 are climbing rapidly. Even appearing in New York State, even if I were to test negative for the COVID-19, the state of New York would require me to at least do a 3-day quarantine upon arrival. As you know, I was going to be part of Holly's streaming house on the 13th of November, and I don't want to cross the border, hit a toll booth in New York, and then I'm taken into the system there. I've got a California plate. I'm from Sonoma County, which is a purple county. It's the most dangerous designation that you're coming out of. It's a very high infection rate here. I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. What's up, Dodgy? I'm doing good. Love the rosy tree. 16th of December would be a fine day, but I'm getting my pops up on Linda. All you have to do is refresh your browser on here, and you should be fine. Just close out my stream and then come back on again on YouTube, and you should be fine. Thumbs up are appreciated here if you're coming in this evening. You missed the tree at your parents' old house, so. Whose side are you on, Scotty or Scotty or Cav? I like both of them down there. They're here to a point. It all depends on who you're listening to. So I think it's important to keep traditions. I'm thinking this year that people may rediscover generally the beauty of a more simple Christmas. Now, what do I mean by that? People have complained for years about the commercialism of Christmas, and they've complained about all the trappings and the shopping and the gifts and the presents. This year's probably going to be a different kind of Christmas, just like it was a different kind of Halloween. We had nobody come to the door yesterday. The city did everything that they could do to crush the Halloween spirit and discourage kids from trick or treating. I would imagine that things will be different when it comes to Christmas here. How you doing, Joey D? Paul, you're never blacklisted. Paul Jarger, Paulie. Bread trucker, Paulie, bread truck here, huh? How you doing, Paulie? Good to see you. I'm hoping that things are going to be a more nostalgic kind of Christmas where maybe people get maybe a little bit more into touch with the spiritual side of things and less commercialism. You look at what's going on in the UK. How you doing, Carl? Yeah. F5 will refresh a video quick if you need to refresh your stream. Look at look around at the UK now. The UK is going to be in a lockdown until early December, and possibly beyond. What that means is non-essential shops are closed. If you're not an essential merchant, you have to close your store. No restaurants, no pubs, anything like that. So you can imagine the havoc that that's going to create on merchants who have laid in a lot of stock for the holidays. It's bad enough this will be the nail in the coffin for retail, right? It'll be an Amazon Christmas, let's face it. Okay, it's like they will totally dominate Christmas this year, and that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad. What's up, Joe Town? Yeah, keep it simple this holiday season. It's hard not to. Well, thank you, Joe Town. You're sweet. What's up? I'm doing great, Paul. Hope you and your gal are doing good. Last night was a lot of fun. I couldn't stop laughing. It was a blast last night. Joey D, thank you for the shirt. I love it. California Republic shirts. Last night was awesome. Yeah, it was a great, great time. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Beautiful Dawn. What's up? What's up, Fact Finder D? How you doing? I feel bad for the UK, but we may not be far behind here. That's my point. As these countries tumble like dominoes to get into reclosing France, UK, it's probably only a matter of time till we follow suit, in my opinion, which is one reason that I have such a fast turnaround for LA tomorrow because I may get shut down here. I don't know when it might come. Might come this week, might be come next week, but I have a feeling it's coming. Got this idiot spinning his wheels out here. I agree about Christmas not being, but unfortunately, people typically revert to their materialistic habits after things get better. But when will they get better? That's the question on there. Monkey Boy, how you doing? There's Monkey Boy. Last night I laughed so hard. I love a man in uniform. Yeah, Dancing Dawn. I think Mr. Z has a thing for you too, to tell you the truth. Lockdown in UK is litmus. Those drunks have short fuse. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, I do, Danny. Two grown adults. Yeah. Jason says, hello everyone from Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm pretty sure Michigan is headed to a lockdown again. So I figured I better get my travel in now because I'm going to go nuts if I have to be. Okay, I've got my press pass. Say what you will. I can travel and pretty much do what I want. But do I really want to go down that depressing road again of April and May? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I have a lot to say about that tonight. I have a lot to say about what's coming up. A very nervous week ahead in this country and worldwide. We might be witnessing a tremendous global shifting of power here that's unfolding right before our eyes coming up. And there will be ramifications of that for all of us. Yeah, I am very blessed. Yep. So looking good in Oz. Yeah, now Victoria, which is Melbourne's in Victoria, came out of lockdown. Keep your fingers crossed. They were willing to lock down for, I don't know whether it's 3 months or something, and it was like they were losing 1,900 jobs a day in Melbourne. I hope it was worth it. 60, 90 days or whatever, and 100,000 jobs or whatever lost. Let's see. Dancing Dawn said, oh no, I saw his butt in those black pants. Something about those work pants. You see the fireman and had to help me. The pommies have short fuses. Don't have my hot rod anymore, and gas is now $1.74. Yeah, I like the T-shirt too. This was a gift from Joey D, my wonderful friend here in the chat. Joey D. Parolas, United States Air Force retired. Wonderful, wonderful guy. Monkey Boy, I'm imagining that you're probably somewhere. Maybe around Prim or something like that, rolling into Nevada. On your way. Greetings from Colorado. Hey, Egg, how are you? Got love from Monkey Boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How you doing, Scottish? Good to see you. Victoria was a litmus test. So was New York City. But look at the steps the governor's taken now. It's almost creating a militarized zone in New York. So here's what I want to say about my travel. Why am I heading out so fast? There's things I want to accomplish in LA. There's still things that I want to do in Las Vegas. As you guys know, I go down to Las Vegas frequently. Now it's more of I put that on the tail end of LA because it's a short jaunt. It's 260 miles or something from LA to Las Vegas. Nice travel, short distance to me. Okay. But now it's like a sociological experiment to see what's going on in Las Vegas because it's a city that has to reinvent itself because nobody needs to go to Las Vegas, right? People need to go to LA. People need to go to San Francisco, right? They're more commercial, more backbone kind of cities. Now we have a valley of 2 million plus people there. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The casinos have been struggling. A good measure of them have decided to close their doors midweek. And it looks like Las Vegas may be headed to just be a weekend destination, which will be weird. How long will it last? I don't know. They just opened that $1 billion plus Circa. They opened the casino part of that. In December, they're going to open the hotel part. So one of my missions will be to get in there and tour the Circa and show you guys around the new Circa downtown. Is it going to pay off for them? I don't know. Are wealthy people going to travel during a pandemic and risk social unrest on the streets of Las Vegas as well as COVID-19? Probably not. If you guys, maybe some of you are wealthy. I'm not wealthy. But if I was wealthy, I'm not sure I would risk it to go to Las Vegas with so many people pressed together in a small place and then have the overlay of social disorder and the gangbangers from LA having rolled in and people shooting up people on the streets and all that kind of it's kind of a dangerous place. So once worked 60, 70 hours. What's up, Buff Carrot? Nice to see you. Robert Huckstadt. Yeah, it was great to see Monkey Boy and Mr. Z. So I'm going to report again. I'm going to tell you, this time I'm determined to get up to the Strip. Usually I have zero interest to go up to the Strip. But this time we're going to venture up to the Strip and check it out and see what's going on there, see if we're judge the crowds and all that kind of stuff. The other reason that I'm going to LA tomorrow is because the election is Tuesday. Formally. 90 million of us have already voted. I've certainly almost voted. But then again, I remember the days when you went in and just voted on election day and that was it. You could request an absentee ballot, but it was a real pain in the ass to get one. Now, who knows what's going to happen with the election, the processes, the counting, the craziness. I can't think of a better place to be than down in LA. If something's going to come down, then something's probably going to come down on the streets of LA. And I kind of want to be within shouting distance of being able to go downtown, whether it's on Figueroa or by Main Street or City Hall or Broadway. Go down there and be there. Let's see. Fact Finder said, I miss the West Coast. It's cold and snowing here. Well, get your ass back to California, son. That's all I can say. Get your ass back to California. How you doing, Cheryl? I don't want to contend with cold and snow. Early voting lines were long here. So what does that mean for the election? Two theories. Because of all the negativism of COVID and all the bullshit that's been going on with the social unrest and the George Floyd protests that have triggered off other protests in this nation and like dominoes, and you certainly saw Fact Finder, who's D and me, out there covering those protests in Oakland and Santa Rosa. Trump backers may be very quietly just not talking. They're not talking the talk. They may be walking the walk and marking their balance. See, you just don't know. You just don't know. Because sometimes the media can act opposite of what they may hope occurs. In other words, if they go very pro Biden, as most of the media has definitely been, the New York Times, CNN, a lot of the newspapers, big city newspapers are definitely pro Biden. But sometimes that encourages Biden backers maybe not to vote because they assume that there's going to be such a tidal wave of support for Biden's election that they just decide, who cares, right? Everything's all taken care of. See, that's the big risk. And meanwhile, there's that old saying that Republicans always vote. They're the ones that would stand in raging snowstorms and blizzards and hurricanes to stand in line to vote. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it plays out. A lot of people don't want those street confrontations anymore. They don't want to wear the Make America Great hats again out on the street. But they know this. They know this, that their vote, what they do on paper, is the thing that's really going to matter at the end of the day. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Media can eschew things. They can, yeah. You know, some people are not easily pulled. Somebody was saying today they don't go back. They're gonna pick the low hanging fruit when it comes to polling people. And we know, having studied probability and statistics on a graduate school level, I know that you can point statistics and polling and sampling to the outcome that you really want to achieve and model. So, are they polling people uniformly from hillbillies out in the countryside to city slickers? Who knows, right? How do you poll people anyway? How would you poll me? I never got polled. You get people that have their cell phones registered and they don't have the privacy of it. Don't give away my number. How in the hell does that work? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be careful out there. I'm gonna be careful out there. Yeah, I want to meet you one day. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. That would be awesome. Media has, in my opinion, started riots. I'm just saying, I'm being right down the middle. I'm not being one way or the other. I'm just kind of laying out the way things could play out. If if Trump manages to win or be reasonably close, and there's kind of reports about nonsense, he may take the bit in his mouth and just run for lawyers and injunctions and counts and sitting there going, you don't know, right? You don't know how it's really going to play out. But let's say that he does eke out a victory. It's probably going to be some hell on the streets of America. Maybe you guys agree. I don't know. It's just my thought. Why? Because the media has put things out and polling has put things in such a position that we're to believe that Biden's victory is a foregone conclusion in the next couple of days. Is it? I don't know. Deb said, this is the first time I've ever worried about my safety after an election. And I would agree with that, Deb. It's almost inconceivable in this country that how broken down we have become in so many ways that we're almost, when it comes to election day, it's almost like we're some kind of piss poor third world banana republic now when it comes to just simply voting. And let me put another horrifying thought in your mind. Okay. How about the 2020 census? How do you think that went? The 2020 census, right? You think that was an accurate count this year? Think about that. Think about that. What, did we have an accurate census this year? I don't know. So you'll be able to hear stuff over the next couple of days of ballots that were supposedly thrown into dumpsters and miscounts on local levels. This is our most feared outcome, I think, here, and I hope it does not come to pass. But I did want to have myself in a position in Los Angeles where if something monumental comes down, I would like to be down there to be able to get a handle on that. Let's see, Fact Finder says the polls are the same as they were in 2016. I don't know. Yeah, what a freaking mess. What a freaking mess. So, I don't know. We're supposedly the most technologically advanced country in the world, and yet something as simple as voting is just a mountain of issues. Did I appreciate the chance to be able to vote early? Of course I did. I love that. But by the same token, I also think it introduces a tremendous possibility for I don't want to say corruption because I think most state secretaries of states for states, they're sworn to be fair. But you hope that that trickles down to the local counting offices and things like that. And I think people had more confidence when you just had one day where you got your ass out to the polls from 7 a.m. in the morning to 8 p.m. at night. And sometimes that meant, like in Baltimore, I had to stand online in Baltimore City sometimes for 2.5 hours to vote. Okay, and sometimes it was a pouring rain and it was nasty, but people lined up and they did it. They stood in line and they voted. Cute Kitty Kitty says it's officially snowing here in Canton. Trump's bullshit is like that was when not going to happen around the 21st century. So I think we can understand. This is my fear coming up that rather than bringing people together, this election has the potential to be the most divisive wedge since potentially the Civil War, the war between the states, with states north of Maryland splitting, states south of Pennsylvania splitting off and just going their own way. I really worry about that. I worry about the ability to govern a nation that's potentially fractured. That's what I really worry about. Will we pull together? Well, I can promise you, whoever's declared the winner, I'm going to support whoever it is. If it's Biden, I'm going to be supportive and say my prayers that he does a great job as president. If it's Trump, I'm going to equally say my prayers that he does a great job because the challenges we face now are monumental. In this country, Trump win, anybody can win. I see the two handsome. Yes, the two handsome men have left. Kimmy says, be careful. I worry about you staying in line in a black area that only had one place to vote because of Republicans. Spend 9 hours, then speak about what you know. Well, I grew up in a city, and you probably didn't passing through. So I have a very good understanding of standing at, and I defy you to show me one place in the history of the world that anybody ever stood in line for 9 hours to vote. Not possible. Okay. Insane Chef said, so let's not engage in hyperbole here. Insane Chef said, personally, after the 26th election, I think the media give false poll numbers. I think it actually works against their agenda. I think it does too. I really think I think if the media would be the media and not mouthpieces for political parties, you might have a truer representation of voters. Because I was talking to two people in my neighborhood today that are Mexican Americans here next door to me because I like to give them fruit, and there were leftovers things here from the parties and things, and I was asking them if they're going to vote, and they're like, we're not voting, we don't need to. This, as they say, this election is in the bag. I'm like, whoa, I hope a lot of other people don't think like that either in the nation. Hey, Don, thank you. Thank you. Well, we're talking politics, but we're talking general. We're not talking about, we're just talking about the race and the outcome of it. Deb said, fair. Look at what Clinton did with 2-3 was supposed to rebuild Haiti. Yeah, we could go down the, hey, Pennywise, how you doing? We could go down that path, but I don't want to. I'm just saying, are we governable after this election? I think Tuesday night's going to be a big tell, and I want to be in a major metropolitan area. Thus, my very rapid turnaround to go down to LA. Now, tomorrow night will be low key. Driving down, I'm going to do a lot of things with Kev TV. We're laying some plans in. We may bolt down to Mexico. I'm not sure. As I told you guys, with this pandemic, all of my travel for the foreseeable future is going to be Nevada, California, or Mexico. That's about it. Shit. Uh, Stay brave, home of the brave, exactly. I was Republican since Ford, and that all changed when Trump came around. A big demographic that doesn't even get talked about. Indians and Middle Eastern vote their small business owners and vote Republican. You probably have a better idea, Chef, because, well, you were and you are an entrepreneur. You've been in a mega restaurant catering operation. You have a better idea. Take care, D. Have a good night. You have a better idea than I do about that. So, do they uniformly vote Republican? I'm not sure. I know probably in my county the answer would be no. I think that they probably, the shop owners here probably vote probably vote blue on the order of 95 blue votes for every 5 red votes in this area. Whether you are the wealthiest of the wealthy or just a piss poor shop owner, I think that just the area. Hey, the Rancho's still standing. How you doing, Pocket Changey? Well, we'll try to arrange that before Thanksgiving, Janet. So, let's see. Deb says, other than Socialist Bernie, we never had. I hope he's able to fish though, and with the strength. Hey, Jordan, how you doing? Hey, Doris. Give you guys a heads up. I got sent Jordan my digits days. Jordan here, the lion, and hopefully we're going to be meeting up in 2021. At least that'll be one positive for 2021. And if you've not subscribed to his channel, please do so. He did the grumpy old man, and he's not afraid of stepping into controversy with the George Floyd memorial coverage up in Minneapolis, which I applaud him for. Hey Molly, stopped in to pass out Halloween candy and hugged. I'm all out of candy. Ooh, I buy ingredients from these people and they vote red. Lower taxes, keep them going. Let's see, Golden State's had many Latinos vote Republican. People vote for all kinds. I don't know Golden State. I'm just in an area that's very, very blue here. Sonoma County is probably one of the bluest counties in the United States, I would imagine. So, Pig Boy says, politics, ew, neither party cares about you. There's something to that. They love me before election day, and then I'm like, who? You get a phone call from somebody named Rosie O'Kelly. Hot dog. What? Who? Really? They'll love to hear that at the club. Hey guys, somebody named Rosie O'Kelly called. Sound like a guy on the phone. Really? Yeah, the Mae West video, that was good. I'm catching up, love all the great videos using the Boyz did. Thank you, Cinnamon. It was a great time. I wanted to go down with Pocket Changey. He has, I don't know how he's doing it. Bro, I don't know how you're traveling east, man. You're going to be caught in the switches over there. I'm just saying, be careful, okay? Because things could close in on you traveling. So I'm not going to do it myself. Oh, what's up, NorCal dude? How you doing? That's the thing that surprises me the most is that how screwed up our election day has become now and how messy it is. So we're very dependent on, there's a lot of paper now, right? When I grew up, at least in the big cities, we had those voting machines where you pull the handle over to the side, their curtains close, and you're pushing a lot of levers, and then you push it back open, and then the votes register. They punch into the thing or whatever, right? And then they do the tabulation, and they would take it down to City Hall, the headquarters, and tabulate everything. Now we got a lot of paper. A lot of individual pieces of paper hanging around. Are there people out there that would love to influence the outcome of elections that aren't necessarily from Russia or China? Or of course there are. if Trump is reelected, there's going to be people in this nation that feel absolutely devastated. They're going to feel like their whole world just cratered in. They will once again have that 2016 experience of feeling like, how in the hell did this happen? Because the way the Electoral College is set up in this nation, it's easier for a Republican. The pathway through the Electoral College is easier for the Republican than it is for the Democrat. Hence, you can win the popular vote and still lose the election, under our winner-take-all system of electoral votes. So it's going to be interesting to see. Are there people engaged in bullshit out there? Yeah. But there's an equal number of people that are determined to try to keep things on the up and up and to keep things honest and fair. Kaylee said, I think no matter what side you're voting, it's going to be nerve-wracking. Yeah. Guido says there's a lot of panic buying. Yeah, I've encouraged people last week, just go stock up on stuff so you don't have to stand in those lines and go down to toilet paper and for God knows whatever reason it's run on toilet paper again. People must have a ton of it. Yeah, I did, Jordan. Did you see the testimony from the guy from Twitter with Ted Cruz? Holy crap, that scares. A lot of stuff has scared me the last couple of weeks. A lot of things I've been around a long time. I'm probably older than 80% of the people in the chat. I've seen a lot of bullshit over the years. I've seen presidents assassinated, candidates assassinated, riots on the streets. Men land on the moon real time, all kinds of challengers, all kinds of stuff. 9/11. This is very, very challenging times right now. It's going to take extraordinary leadership to get this ship righted. Yeah, Cheryl's like, I'm not voting for either. Hello, Canadian. How you doing, Billy Red? Who knows? Maybe Cheryl can vote from Canada. I don't know. Did you request your ballot, Cheryl? They might mail you one up. Shitville County, Arkansas might send you one up there. Dear Cheryl. 65 and a half. There you go. There you go, Joe Town. Yeah, Chef. I think I'm hoping we're going to at least I'm going to meet Jordan and to me it's not really that critical we collab together, but I admire his creativity and what he has accomplished on his channel, and just to have him spend some time on the rancho would be fantastic. Apart from the YouTube jazz, so we've had it on and off for about a month. I sent mine in a few days ago. The thing I can't understand is why it's so hard for the post office to get a piece of first-class mail delivered. It's I remember everybody used to send Christmas cards, and I'd get them in 2 days from across the nation. Amanda, hey Anna. Amanda said, I plan to get very tipsy on election night. How you doing, Vicky? Not sure. I'm going to be keeping an eye on stuff. The worst thing of all, here's the bad news about having an election that's on paper and mail and stuff. Some states have said you have up to 7 days or whatever to count the ballots afterward. Suppose everybody's sitting with their thumbs up their butt for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we're dragging into Thanksgiving. Right, and we have no idea. And the more it drags, the more people pissed off, the more people are claiming that there's intrigue and crap going on behind the scenes and blah, blah, blah. That's my worst fear. Is that this thing drags out and just becomes a worldwide joke. And Congress fights the president. The Supreme Court sitting there with their thumbs up their butts. And it's a mess, right? It'll be very interesting. Going to do some more recorded stuff. Going to be some very angry and confused folks. Just be careful out there, pocket changing. Hey Jay, how are you? How are you? That's what I worry about. At least in the old days when you had one day to vote, if you really wanted to vote, you would vote. If you didn't vote. But at the end of the day, when the polls closed at 8 p.m. in Hawaii Standard Time, it was over. And then the networks could come on and report their projections and blah, blah, blah. But who knows? Who knows? Best thing that could happen is a real clean victory one way or the other would be great. Oh my God, Rich Life thinks he voted online. Yeah, that's going to work. Probably one of those fake polls. Vote now for. Yeah, like the 2000 thing with the hanging chads and the whole. You're probably not old enough, Chef, to remember all that kind of stuff, but that was just one state. Now we already know states like California what they're going to do. We already know states New York, New Jersey, Maryland's dependable blue states, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, all solid blue. We already know the way it's going to shake out. And as much as maybe the Democrats want to talk Texas into a swing to the, I don't think it's going to happen in Georgia or the Carolinas. I think it's going to come down to those 6 states. And that's where the shit's going to really, that's where the fur's going to fly. Yeah, clean victory in politics. How about that, Boobo? Bobu. 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 Yes, I do remember Pat Paulson for president. It was very funny. I think that was 1968. Yeah. Tell you my age, I was listening to my friend Cab Seven was telling people to go out to vote, and he's like, and I remember my first election was 1984 with Walter Mondale against Ronald Reagan being reelected. I'm thinking to myself, bro, I voted in '76, okay? Carter and Gerald Ford. So I got Cab 7 beat. We end to watch Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Florida. Yep. And we'll see. See how Minnesota turns out exactly. Those people that live up there, they have gotten a living shit pounded out of them. Phone calls, mailers, plus all their local bullshit elections and all if they have referendums. Can you imagine how they're like, God, give it a rest. Right? It's such a turnoff. Such a turnoff to them. And you wonder how many votes have ever really been changed after all that effort. Let's see. Janet said all 3 new justices worked on the Florida hanging Chad defense for Bush. Well, you know, Janet, I like to think that there's still some measure of independence in the Supreme Court. Who knows? Anybody that thinks that what's her name, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, was open-minded about issues. Anybody that believes that she was capable of ever seeing the conservative side of things at any point in time. I don't think she was any great paragon of independence on the Supreme Court, just like Clarence Thomas isn't a paragon of independence. We can't expect anybody that sits up there to just throw everything aside of their personal feelings about stuff, but we expect them to do that. Okay. Are we going to be disappointed? Of course we are. It's a tribute to how screwed up stuff is right now that they're talking about restructuring the Supreme Court. That's the same shit that Franklin D. Roosevelt did after the Supreme Court declared the National Recovery Act, the NRA, unconstitutional in 1935 or whatever. Roosevelt said, I don't like the outcome of this court. I'm going to propose that we add more justices and then we can swing it the way we want. Man, what a slippery slope to go down. They called that packing, and that cost Roosevelt some real prestige at that. People were really pissed off about that. That was a real messy thing. Let's see. What's up, Alan? Go. They started boarding up businesses in DC. They started boarding up businesses in downtown Las Vegas too. Anybody with half a brain in their head, after seeing what happened this summer on the streets of Oakland, the streets of Detroit, the streets of Philadelphia, New York, LA, you'd have to be brainless to not take steps to protect your buildings and stuff. So, yep, y'all remember Canada's a no-go zone. That's right. And Chef says my first vote was for Bill Clinton. Yes, I voted for Bill. I liked Bill Clinton. Did I vote for him? No, but they were the best years of my life. Prayers from police state. Well, the way Seeds to Freedom talks about it, it's a beautiful way to govern, right? To have all that authoritarianism in Australia. According to him, he lives in near Mandorah, near Perth. According to, which is a suburb of Perth, according to him, it's the best way to govern, right? What happened with the connection earlier? I don't know what that means. I really like your t-shirt. Oh, thank you. This was given to me by my friend Joey Deeth. I don't usually wear t-shirts too often. Next week's going to be a shit show. I would board up Golden State, wouldn't you, if you owned a business? Why wouldn't I take those steps to board up? I don't know what's going to happen. See, we have smartphones and iPhones. We're plugged into our, I don't want to just say Antifa, but that's the name that comes to mind. I'm sure there's Boogaloo, the whatever on the other side. You know, the good old boys or whatever. They have the ability to mass people in Portland and places within an hour, right? So I would, damn if I would take it. Damn if I wouldn't do that myself. See, yeah, it's gonna be worldwide, so we'll see. You already see, like the UK is UK's shut down. They call it a partial. I don't know. Restaurants closed, non-essential shops closed, pubs closed. Kind of a brutal blow. Right. The next adventure, Tricia, the next adventure begins tomorrow. 5 a.m., God willing, and the creek don't rise and flood out the bridge. I will be on the road to LA tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. They would just pull the boards off the windows. Nah, Red Street, I think they look for easier targets. Ain't nobody want to take time and, trying to get boards off, and they got bigger fish to fry than that. That dang peanut farmer made me learn the metric system. I never needed it. Whether you're right or left, we all Americans, in a sense, families should love each other, but can't foresee that happening anytime. That's what concerns me. I grew up, we had a Republican senator in Maryland, Mac Mathias. And I remember how at that time in the 60s and things, how well politicians worked across the aisle. Democrats and Republicans really got along. Everything now is just strict party lines except the most urgent business like stimulus or defense things and all that. So, yep, Jackie, much love. Saw videos of folks trying to get out now. How about that? Hey, Rhonda, how about that? What was that? How long was that traffic jam to get the hell out of Paris? Was it like 400 miles or something? God darn. Was it 40 miles or 400 miles the traffic jam to get out of Paris? Before the lockdown come to get the hell out to the countryside. It's just freaky stuff is going on I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. Let's see, Deb said Kamala was tweeting how people could donate to the legal fund to help protesters who get arrested. She's 100% behind the protest riots, never one time calling out the left's violence. I hope she would, Deb. Reason being is she's going to hold she'll be a heartbeat from the presidency, literally. And if they win, that's a big responsibility. And you have to govern for all America, not just the select few. She better, if she's in that position, she better rise to it and understand what her responsibility is as potentially vice president and president of the United States, right? One would hope. Use anarchy as an excuse for looting and called Christmas shopping. Exactly. Everybody's now for this. It makes me sad that people riot and destroy their own communities. Yeah, Boyd is still free, Billy. Who could ever impose a lockdown on Boyd, right? Yeah. Yeah, LA, it is. We ride along. Y'all go along. Cheryl said traffic around Paris hit record levels just hours before a new national lockdown came into force across France. Jams stretched to a cumulative 430 miles in the L'Île-de-France region. Yeah, I imagine Kimmy of Chicago would be some you-know-who living in the environs of Chicago. I can overlook that. It's a beautiful, great place to go. Let's see. Golden State, a lot of rioters or thieves aren't from the communities they're destroying. So, um, God save Chicago. What a great city. It's got its problems on the south side. You could sense an ingrained dislike from, people from the north side look down, the people from the north and west side look down on the south side there. But I went all over, South Side, Chicago, everywhere, and at least people seem to get along pretty good. Yeah, could you imagine a Boyd lockdown, Billy? What are my thoughts about this coming election? Um, I wish we just had one national day of voting like we used to have. Then at least it is clean. You might have one screwed up state or something, but now you got the potential for multiple screwed up states. Some states that aren't even expected to be in play might be in play. Nevada could be like, what the hell, Arizona could be in play. I mean, there's a lot of weird shit that could come down. So that's a lot of shenanigans can occur. Human nature is human nature. There's always going to be people that want to fuck with elections on a local level, on a state level, on a national level. So at least when it's in one day, we get a clean sort of decision out of that. So yeah, the channels have to social distance exactly. Let's see. Rhonda says I watch Biden and they don't show the audience, and all you hear is car horns. Um, Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think that was cool. What happened to when Biden's bus was surrounded by the Trump trucks, but it is what it is, right? Fupa, I'm not sure. Golden State, I'm not sure. Shut off the internet and things would be better. You might actually get the plug pulled on you. I don't know. Let's see. Lucette, old time riots, fire hoses, bricks, nightsticks, dogs, more violent. Kent State students killed. That's like Baltimore City, 1968, 1972, all over again. Now, there's a chance nothing may happen. Wouldn't that be a nice outcome? The streets are quiet. Because it could be days before people know. And then people will be fighting. And then the lawyers will be out. And the talking heads will be on TV. Judge Napolitano and, James Carville and Mary Magdalene. The whole shebang. The whole shebang again. Yeah, Nevada and Arizona will be interesting to see. See, a lot of these states cheer. They welcome people from California, but California changes the composition of a lot of these states. Okay, we know that. Just because somebody leaves a state or they're encouraged because of tax breaks that a factory was built in Texas or some Nevada, People bring their politics with them. Okay, so that's that. Cheryl said lockdown measures came into force at midnight on Friday to tackle spiraling COVID infections. People have been ordered to stay at home except for essential work or medical reasons. What was the one toy you wanted as a child but never got? The one toy I wanted as a child, we didn't we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so I never hoped big. I never was one to have like a Christmas list or something like that. You would get a sweater, some socks, some underwear, and maybe, one kind of toy thing. But I kind of always wanted the Rock'em Sock'em robots, right? That you could manipulate and they would knock the guy's block off. I never got that, right? The Rock'em Sock'em robots. Strangely, I think my sister got that. Yeah, same to you, Brad. So, oh man, who is your? You mean who is your favorite YouTuber? I guess I don't know if I really have a favorite YouTuber. I watch a lot of channels. I don't know if I really have a favorite. Like I like to follow Peter McKinnon for cinematography, videography, and photography, but I have vintage audio channels, moonshine channels, so it cuts a lot of different ways. Um, like Mark Weems eating adventures and things like that. There's a lot of channels that I don't think I can Gabriel travel. There's RV people I follow. There's not one channel. Let's see. Stanford University did a study. 18 Trump's events led to 700 deaths. Yeah, you wanted the Operation game. We had that, right? We used to wrestle and try to put the funny bone up the other person's, my brother, and we put it up each other's noses, and then have to get the tweezers and pull out the funny bone. Uh, West Side very bad. When I wanted the easy bake oven, baking with a light bulb, what's not to like? Yeah, that was pretty cool too. Wonder how many people burned the hell out of themselves on that light bulb, right? There was like a lawyer's dream. Yeah, Gabriel Travels too. You like that, Jordan? Good channel. I follow Gone with the Winds. I enjoy them. Um, there's a lot of channels that I follow. Yeah, the favorite channel's mine. I don't think so. He's going to get 25 Rock'em Sock'em robots in the mail. I know. Do you play games or you do other stuff? I've never been a big gamer person. Yeah, Gabriel will go anywhere and he'll risk travel and pandemic too. Let's see, I used to click on the marked dice first thing every morning. Yeah, my metal detecting is fun. I enjoy that. There's a lot of metal detectors I follow. Monkey Boy and Bobby come back when? You'll see. I think I'm heading to Las Vegas on Saturday. I might be making a mistake. We'll see. But last time I rolled in Saturday, it was okay in Vegas. Normally I like to roll in Sunday. But coming in Saturday last time was okay. It wasn't too crazy on the streets downtown. And then Sunday it was like everybody split. So I'm coming in Saturday afternoon. I hope to be early enough that we can immediately run down to Hoover Dam early. We can pick up some dinner and then we can see something down there. Okay. I was freaked out. As you know, guys, had a lot of anxiety on Hoover Dam. I was not comfortable that night. There was nobody there, for one thing, which was spooky in such a gigantic place. And it was dark, and I did not have the right proper lighting with me to run it. So now we'll be going in daytime and actually seeing something down there. So that will be Saturday evening, and then we can have our drinks and not sweat it. Mr. Z doesn't have to work on Sunday, so we can have a good time. So being down there, that'll be the first thing right off the bat. So when I do get to Vegas, it's going to be bam, right off the bat, hitting the ground running right there. So it's really Mike Tyson punch outs. And I want to try to get a little deeper into LA and bring some other stories there too. Yes, I was really freaked out. You guys saw my discomfort level was off the chart. There's something really freaky about looking at a very cavernous, gigantic scene. And you can just make out enough to be that it looks horrifying, like a movie set. You look over the side of the wall and it's hundreds of feet down in these enormous spillways in case the water gets too high so it doesn't run over top of the dam. It goes around the side in these big spillways. These things are freaking enormous. And not getting clear vision, if it's light, I don't get the vertigo. But if it's partially light, then it's freaky. And I was very uncomfortable, and just I couldn't enjoy myself fully. Yeah, don't forget the flashlight. Yeah. Do you think we'll ever get to Vegas in this lifetime? I don't know. Why are you going to LA? As I said in the beginning here, immediate turnaround in LA for a couple things. Number one, I'm worried about travel restrictions being dropped in the next couple weeks, next couple, 2, 3 weeks, month. I feel really compelled to do some traveling now. Okay, I'm not sure I'm going to have the energy to fight the travel ban, even though I have the press thing and all that. I'm not sure I'm going to want to be out there again and endure a really closed down Las Vegas and all the crap. Okay, so I need to travel now. And number two, this is going to be a monumental week in America. And the best place I can be is down in LA to see what the reaction is going to be this week to election night. It's going to be fascinating. Okay. Take you deeper into the garment. Yeah, we're going to go down to the garment district down there, spend a lot of time. We're going to hit Olvera Street to get some of the Mexican food. Supposed to be the greatest Mexican food in Southern California. A lot of good stuff coming here. We haven't even touched the surface. If I'm lucky and the world doesn't end in 2021, I'm going to be in LA. I'm going to take a short-term rental for a 1 or 2 month period down there, and go really deep on LA. So there's going to be a lot of contact. It was the perfect setting for an alien abduction. That dam. Imagine this, Golden State. The whole time we're out there, what was it, an hour and a half? 4 cars. 4 cars over top of that dam. 4. You could hear a pin drop out there. And it's like you're in some epic Cecil B. DeMille size set, like the Ten Commandments set or something, just enormous scale. And you feel psychologically dwarfed. You feel insignificant. You just feel, whoa, this is too freaky. And you have you're down in this cavern, you're down in this sort of valley. You got these tremendous cliffs up each side. And you don't know if some freak's going to come running down out of the hills, out of an insane asylum or something, and just come over there like something out of the Sopranos and just throw you over the edge. You don't know. But I'll tell you one damn thing. This gal's packing her pepper spray everywhere I go this time. Now I'm going to unload. All right, I'm going to be ready. Yep, LA's the last place I'd go, which makes it the first place I go, Golden State. That's it. What's up, hipster? How you doing, sweetie? Blue is my color. Thank you. Rosie's correct about travel. I've been receiving emails from airlines asking me if I can be more flexible. I'm telling you, PC, I don't know. I know what you got planned, brother. But I just have a feeling how it's going to turn out for you on the East Coast. I'm just saying. You're going into the hot zone, man. Okay. See you in LA, brother. What if Mr. Z tied you up on the edge of the dam and I would probably die of a heart attack, Brad. And if you go over the side, you hope that you are unconscious by the time you hit the bottom. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. You look at the great pains that they take on the Golden Gate Bridge to put these nets on the side of it now that aren't too, they don't disrupt the view too much. But you almost have to leap out like an Acapulco cliff diver now if you want to jump, clear the nets, or scramble off the net. Hoover Dam, there's no such thing. There's no chain link fence that you'd be a window licker looking out. Man, you're right there with a 3-foot wall. It's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna take the pepper spray. I'm gonna make you a checklist. Yeah, I definitely need the checklist, Scottish for sure. Definitely. I don't like to forget stuff, so sit out election on El Rancho. Just say, Opiami, I'm too much. I hate to say this, I'm too much of an action junkie to sit it out. Yeah, I'm not going to be taking the drone because forget about flying it in LA and forget about flying it in Vegas with all of their restrictions right now, right? Let's rent a hang glider at the dam. Cool. Hey, Gold, are you going to meet me in LA? Or are you going to wuss out down there, huh? You going to meet me on the ground? I think your friends would give their lives to say exactly. Hoover Reservoir, huge catfish. Who do you think will win? At this point in time, I expect Biden to be elected president of the United States. At this point in time. Will I be wrong? I expected, I expected Trump. I expected Hillary Clinton to win in 2016. I was sitting in my 1988 Coachman Class B camper van. You can see the hangout. Just put my videos November of 2016. You can see me sitting in downtown Santa Rosa as the stock futures plunged, showing an 800-point drop in the morning, and by the close of business the next day, the market was up about 800. It was crazy, crazy ass night. Crazy night. I wouldn't jump off a bridge because if you live, they would just drown, and that's exactly. Celeste, how you doing, sweetie? Nice to see you. There's our COVID warrior. How you doing, babe? Sure, let's ride together. During high wind, the bridge nets make noise. Yes, they do. Wrong by a long slide. Well, I was just asked my opinion. That's all. But remember, how do I form my opinion? Of what media tells me in my head. Okay? Just like in 2016. I may be a victim of misinformation. I'm putting that possibility out there, Nora Turkish and Jody and other people. I could be dead wrong. Nixon, I remember the election of 1968. You had George McGovern against Richard Nixon. No, I think it was the election of, was it 68? Trying to think of 68. I'm not sure. I think it might have been 72, before Watergate, and Nixon was riding high. And he was predicted to lose or whatever. And he talked about the great silent majority, the people that don't open their mouths but just vote. That's it. Bitcoin, wear a vest, those rubber bullets leave a mark. Transformers was filmed at Hoover Dam. I think I'm going to take I might take some goggles with me. I don't know. Okay. We're having a good night, Celeste. I had a good time with the boys up here. Nora Turkish was, you said brainwashed. Well, you're giving Short little 2-word replies. If you're implying I was brainwashed, I was asked my opinion. Would I be surprised if I was wrong? No. But to say I'm brainwashed, it's a bit over the top, wouldn't you say? For just an opinion? Do you feel like you had good luck with your still? Yes, excellent. I can turn out outstanding moonshine. I remember George Wallace got shot. Yeah. How you doing, Gypsy? What's up? I can't wait to party nonstop into a small coma. I'm in Australia and I'm sure how close of an election is. I don't know. See, Lily? I can only go by what I feel in my bones, but remember, I'm being reported what traditional media in my area wants me to hear. So I don't know. I don't know, So, Bella Grace, and be kind to one another. Exactly. Tomorrow could be the last calm day for quite a while, so we shall see. I like to hear Rosie's opinion and take on things. Thank you, Leah. I try to be down the middle and consider everything. But if you put me on the spot and ask me to take a guess, a lot of stuff's gone bad during this pandemic. A lot of stuff's gone bad. And as you guys know, it's who's the commander on deck, who's the captain on deck. They're the ones that are going to take the hit for it, rightly or wrongly. It's going to be the guy who has his hands on the wheel. Could Biden have done any? Would Biden have done any differently in the pandemic? Who knows? But I will argue this: had he been his hands on the wheel, he might have had a tougher time also being reelected. Do you agree? I think his chances would have been diminished simply because he's the guy that's holding the wheel when this shit comes down the pike. It can't help but negatively impact the way people feel. Small businesses that are closed and been impacted, and people that are pissed off because they can't, like me, you can't go into a 7-Eleven and get a decent cup of coffee without going through all these conniptions of pre-buying a cup and then going, oh, there's no coffee, or there's two flavors of coffee, Bojangles flavor, crazy ass flavor, and the regulars out. Oh, could you make some more coffee? Jeez, I just made coffee, right? It's a supreme pain in the ass to exist right now in this country. It really is. It's a supreme pain in the ass. All right? Some people are pissed off about that. Thank you, Leah. That's just the way I feel about it. Whoever can push second stimulus would win, in my opinion. The captain on deck is the governor of each state, 10th state responsible. But Anna, people don't see things that way. We always look to the top of the pyramid. All right. People argue that Gavin Newsom did a good job or Gavin Newsom did a lousy job. People argue it both ways. Cuomo did a good job in New York or he didn't do a good job. Right? We can just go right on down. Governor Hogan of Maryland did a good job or he didn't do a good job. Trump did a good job or he didn't do a good job. I think he was torn between not wanting to panic people and be as least disruptive as possible, following the model of Woodrow Wilson in World War I when the pandemic hit, but we were at war then. And we had the Sedition Act, and you could not print things that were counter to the war effort. So, amazingly, with 500,000 Americans dying, not once did the President of the United States ever mention the pandemic or acknowledge the deaths in the country. Interesting. Hey, Bommy, how you doing, baby doll? Is that the real Bommy? Is that the real Bommy? Oh, yeah, all right. Start IT training tomorrow. Good luck. What do you think of this year's Halloween compared to previous years? Small, meager, uninspiring, very 2020-ish, sucky, shitty. Yeah, you like Governor Cuomo? A lot of people will like that. So I thought it sucked. Yep, sharing the night together. Oh yeah, all right. Go back and watch our videos this week of our hangouts, Bobby. We must have sung that 100 times. We love you, honey. Trump is just an unqualified jackass that is not in touch with reality. I think Trump governs by bluster and by confidence. In other words, if you exhibit confidence, then you instill confidence. It's a leadership style. I think Biden is more like a consensus sort of leadership. Let's get a lot of people together and let's all get our skin in the game here. So the bad thing about putting folks into old folks, American leadership is corrupted. Oh right, that's right, Bommy. I must have said your name 100 times this week while we were dicking around and goofing off this week. Um, Yes, for a lady, I have such a deep voice. Yes, I do. I can be your lady or your guy, whatever you want me to be. All right. I'm just not a pincushion. All right. Do you think Halloween should just be off since it was already done? No, because if we start off in holidays, where do we stop it? Remember how hard it's been to go to church and practice religion these days? Let's just start giving up on Christmas, right? Biden want to shut down the country. What's going to cost? He needs to stop talking so much about that. Yeah. Kicking people's ass. So I heard, honey. So I have heard. Let's just be hopeful that there will be a better day either way. We all know that behind bad times inevitably come good times. They're a little slower to come, but they're also more adorable. Biden is 80. He will eventually pass the office to Harris. What would sometimes the people with the lowest expectations turn out to be people that can make critical decisions? Harry Truman was considered even though he was a war veteran of the First World War and a corporal and served in combat and everything, he was considered kind of like I don't want to say, he was an educated guy, but he was kind of a bumbling guy. And he was genuinely nervous when he became president when Roosevelt died. People's expectations of him were real low until he started giving them hell, right? And then he made some tough ass decisions. Dancing Shadow. Holiday going to be very different. Very different. I'd have an ATM in a church. Oh, I'm not smart and beautiful. I just theorized about things. That's all. Pence and Harris would be better too, but we don't have that. Yeah, we can't cross people in an election, right? We can't cross people in an election. That's right. The Lord is in your heart, but there's something about wherever two or more are gathered in His name. There's something to be said for that spiritual. And I haven't been to church in a long time. I'd like to go again. So there's something refreshing and rejuvenating about that. Sharing the night together. Oh yeah, all right. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I'm gonna get something to drink. Santa Claus had to lay off the elves this year due to the lockdown. No shit. Those poor elves. How about the reindeer? They're getting pandemic fat. Fat pandemic reindeer. Sharing the night together. Oh yeah. All right. Over here. Sharing the night together. Oh yeah. Ooh, I smell a skunk out there. All right. No beer for Rosie tonight. I don't Don't need any beer tonight. Get the bears moving, huh? Get those bears moving. Oh, thank you, Dancing Shadow. That's sweet. I know, honey, you killed us all week. Oh, we did. We're even in the damn graveyards this week, and we're, yeah, oh yeah, riding along in the car. Let's take everybody all together, sharing the night together. Oh yeah, all right. It's ingrained in my head too, man. We can't get it out. Camo Dave brought me here. Wonderful. I love Camo Dave. Watched The Great Pumpkin last night and thought of you, Rosie. Golden State, did you have to watch that on Apple TV? Didn't they buy that? Sucks that that's not on broadcast this year. We can't forget her. That's right. They ate 2 reindeer so far this year. How you doing, Kim? Yeah, we love our Bommy here. Our Bommy is a blast. Nice to see you, Kim. Happy Sunday / Monday, wherever you may be. Election day is a coming. Hey guys, if we could get it up to 100 thumbs tonight, let's get it up. Like the elephant trainer said to the elephant, up Simba, up, right? We're on our way to 100 thumbs here tonight. B-side on sharing tonight together with You Make Me Pants Want to Get Up and Dance. You make my parts want to get up and dance. Oh, thank you, Kimmy. Thank you. I'm about to challenge all channel holders to sing that. I think it'd be great. I think it would be a beautiful contest, Bommy. You know, give somebody a night with Bommy, right? For let Bommy tear their head off and you'll be sharing the night with Bommy. Oh yeah, all right. I'm gonna rip your motherfucking head off. No beer, no carbs. That's right. Although I'm very low carb, Golden State. But I've had people. Come. Well, you got your always Brad. You always got a core of haters on channels, but I don't complain. I just ask people hit the thumbs up button if you're having a good time. Um, let's see. The Ditsy coaches, Rosie lost the Boyd wrestling belt. I call for a rematch. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you have the DVD. That's great. That is great. This ain't what they want. I don't know, honey. People with no sense of humor. Yeah, Brad. Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, we're bound and determined to have fun anyway, and we got some great content coming up this week. Thank you also to my wonderful moderators. I see Cheryl here tonight. I suspect Scottish, and there's some other stuff going on tonight. Thank you, guys. There's some other stuff going on around tonight, so I want to thank my moderators as usual for doing a wonderful job. We had some very busy chats over the last week, and they performed flawlessly, and I'm really, really happy about that. Yeah, Santa Claus has to watch where he says ho, ho, ho. Yeah, particularly in Detroit or Baltimore, right? So, haters or lovers, you still get the exactly. It's a win-win. But it's nice to have people give you a thumbs up. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you, sweetie. Brad, the thumb down just preview me that welcome. Yeah, love her. Yeah, I love Bommy. I love you too, honey. You are my. What would I say about Bommy? Bommy's like my Scotch bonnet pepper of the YouTube chat. This chick rolls up her sleeves. She reminds me of back in Baltimore, the old bada bing days of the old golden gloves, man, just coming out, ding. Oh, did my boobaramas look smaller? I don't know, profile. Did they look smaller? I don't know. They looked pretty damn enormous last night on the live stream. I don't know. There's my Cheryl. First mod I came across when I started watching Friday before last week. Very kind. She is, yeah, my name is Karen and my haircut, yeah. Cheryl is very, very gifted. I'll put it that way. She's very intellectual and very quick with info. And I walk down the street. I ask Cheryl, "What's this? What happened? Is this business still going, or do they have a menu on?" I can ask her anything live when I'm out streaming, and I could be lost on the streets of L.A. She'll tell you, go 3 blocks ahead and make a right. And man, that's so nice to have that. It's awesome. They are enormous. You're one to talk, Bommy. Yeah, kettle meat pot, right, Bommy? You ought to talk, honey. Those, what are they? An optical illusion on your chest, right? Did you take a brown pencil line or just kind of put your cleavage line in there? Come on. Yeah, constricting the puppies. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Cheryl is actually better than Google because I don't have to leave my stream to get information, right? I can tell Cheryl I am down at the hell it is down in can't remember what the hell it is. Olivera Street and whatever down there, Main Street in LA, and I'm lost. Or she'll tell me, go down there 3 streets and make a right on Figueroa, and you will be right there. I like that. Also, she can also call. Sometimes she's right there ready to call 911 when stuff gets a little freaky on the streams. Guy does a snatch and grab for the camera, and Cheryl's like, "Oh, I was so close." Do 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 do. Las Vegas Police Department, state your emergency. Yeah, get one of those pointy 50s bras. Well, don't worry, Jeff. The Ravens didn't win. They had a hell of a game with Pittsburgh today. But the beauty of that, there'll be a rematch at Heinz Field in December. So we will see. You need some bear spray. The pepper spray will only make those meth heads mad. I don't want to, is bear spray going to permanently injure somebody's? I mean, it sounds strange and maybe a little soft-hearted. I'm not sure I want to just take somebody out like that. Anna says, "What's next on the calendar?" LA tomorrow, baby. No optical illusion. Yeah. Yeah, and there's my girl Scottish. She's wonderful too. It's pronounced Kamala. If Biden wins, maybe Rudolph plays good in acting. Yeah, I don't know. So we shall see. So we'll have a good time in LA. I think I'm going to. It's going to be an easy night tomorrow night. Going to hit cab some barbecue. We might. I'm not sure what we do. What we'll do. Try to find something interesting to do tomorrow evening. I definitely want to do some metal detecting. I'm really encouraged by. I found 3 nice collector coins already, and just a little bit of metal detecting I've done in LA. I have a lot of hope there's more treasures in the ground down there on some of these, a lot of these streets with some of these older apartment houses and stuff on them. So I'm excited about that. I think they mean to permanently injure you. I don't want to permanently injure anybody. Would I ever shoot you in New York City? Of course. Yep. Would love to. Love to do that. Yep. Yeah, Cheryl's my extra special. Trying to give directions to a small place was locked up. Yeah. Well, it happens. Would you ever, looking forward to Chooch in LA? We'll always have a good time. Definitely want to go back to Chinatown again. I was mad. I can't say I was mad. I wanted to poke around more, and then they end up making a K-pop video down there, so we were blocked out. But we had a good time because Tito brought some beer down, and we had a great time drinking some beers. So we'll be having a good time. If they attack you, you deserve to have a memory. I know. I guess it's stupid of me to feel that way, right? You see if the dead guy is still lying there in the alley behind the Cecil. Exactly. Exactly. Small cemetery. How you doing, Sergeant Blackrock? Nice to see you. We'll find some more stuff to do. I might have to go it alone. I don't know. Kev's a little reluctant to do some of these sketchy, but I think we'll see Handsome Hito again. Uh, what was it? Triple X, Smash God or whatever. What the hell is this? Smash X, Triple X, Smash God, Triple X or whatever, and his girlfriend, and we'll see Tito again. Might see Captain Content again doing some content with him, with Mona. So we'll see what happens then. How you doing, Tanya? Nice to see you. Some in chat were better at LA directions than I thought. Yeah. Get a whole lot of Rosie. AC/DC. Thank you, Sergeant Block. I can't believe a t-shirt. People like it so much. Well, we'll see, Scottish. Sometimes it's better to go alone. You make a bigger target when you're dragging somebody else. Yeah, Smash God Triple X. Yeah, you make a bigger target when you're out there with God. I don't know. We'll see. That's not my preference. But we got down to the industrial area, and Kev was starting to freak out a little bit. And he's a family guy, right? I don't want to put anybody in a situation where, for me, I don't much give a damn. I'll put myself right in the mall, but I have to. I can't be selfish. I have to think about him too. Are you about being there after the effects? Are you going? I'm going there specifically for November 3rd, Anna. Specifically, are you making a turkey this year? No, I don't think I've ever made a turkey. I don't think I've ever made a. I don't think I've made a turkey. So I'm specifically going down there to see what goes on, get the tenor, and get the feel of things. Try to take your camera. I'm probably just gonna go in with the smartphone as usual. We'll see. I might take the ZV-1. I did the bodega with the ZV-1 camera. You know, freezing human, you can do that, but freezing. I know it's strange, isn't it, Brad? I can walk the Tenderloin. I can walk Compton in LA. I can walk Skid Row with a camera in front of me, and people thinking I got rocks in my head. But I get out to Hoover Dam, and just the scale. I don't even know how to describe it. The epicness, the weirdness of it is just such an extreme. I just feel I get anxious. I get anxious. Yeah, I never made a turkey. He turned me on to cooking sausage and apples, right? Isn't that good? Cook your sausage, cut up some apples. Don't worry about taking the peels off. Throw them in there after that sausage, get a little caramelization, take a little brown sugar, drop them on, a little salt, a little pepper. Oh man, you have one of the greatest eating experiences on planet Earth. Yeah, make a turkey breast for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm going to be safe, of course. Some might think you're a cop. I'm not going to take my Hawaiian shirt, I'll tell you that. I've been in some terrible hoods. Remember what happened last time I wore a Hawaiian shirt out there? Shit got so bad on the streets of Petaluma. I had 4 high intensity lights shining in my face and umbrellas blocking me. Lord. Yeah, apple peel's good roughage. And by the way, Banksy girl, I'm not an alcoholic, okay? I don't, if I didn't have a beer for the rest of my life, I'd be okay, all right? I'm just a binge social drinker. Rosie and your family are going to Rance. Ruchit, I don't ever discuss my plans with people on Thanksgiving and things. Jody said, like standing near Niagara Falls and hearing, hey, I went right under. Look at my gateway video on the channel for non-subscribers. It's what I think was my best video of 2019, which was the boat ride out on the hornblower to Niagara Falls, right underneath of it. I felt nothing. Felt nothing at all in that awesomeness of all that millions of gallons of water pouring off over there. Uh, yeah, there's a horse track in Santa Rosa. Yes, there is a 3/4 mile fair track out here, Sonoma County Racing. Yep. If you care to see Sergeant Black Rock, you can just put racing into my search box on my channel, and you'll come up with many times that Missy Jen and I went to the horse races over the years in August and bet the ponies, so you can enjoy that. When did your adventure start across America? Whenever this pandemic, tell me when the pandemic's gonna be mostly beaten, and then that'll be the answer. It says bear spray is not stronger, but was legal in places where pepper spray is not. Who knew? Yeah, exactly. There were people in like Hoover Dam was empty, dark, and it was scary, Brad. It was scary, scary. No, I didn't go on the Maid of the Mist. I came into Niagara Falls on the Canada side, actually. And I took out the Canadian ship. I don't know what it was called. I can't remember what the name of it. It was a great ship. And you can see me wave. You can see it's going past the Maid of the Mist in the cinematic video. Go to my channel front page and or just put Niagara Falls in the search box and you'll see the cinematic video I did there. What kind of apples? I had Gala apples. You could use Fuji apples too. They're good. You should go to Grand Canyon and film. Yeah, Gala apples are good. I've been on Made to Miss for 30 years. It was kind of cool to come into the Canadian side, I have to say. Made to Miss. Then when we crossed over the border into the U.S., it was like, oh God, the town of Niagara Falls, man. It was like, oh geez, what a shithole. We left all this beauty of the Canadian side, and as soon as we come across the bridge, it's like, oy vey, it's busted down, the old tourist hotels and stuff that are boarded up. It's like, oh my God. Oh, thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Canadian Horseshoe Falls are beautiful. The American Falls were pretty cool too. They made a good background for people. They actually let you go down on downstairs down to the falls. It was actually pretty cool in the video too. So yeah, of course the Canadian side is more spectacular. Yeah, Doris said you have no idea how bone crushing an effect the casinos have had for those who live in the Niagara area. Doris, expand on that a little bit. Tell me how. Because they sell the idea of casinos as being a benefit for the economy. Tell me how the casinos have been bone crushing to the Niagara area. Yeah, it was creepy in a Tenderloin. I know, Kimmy. Which video is that, Scottish? Is that my Niagara Falls cinematic one? The weird thing about Canada, there's really no bad areas of of Canada, right? Yeah, there's the video for Niagara Falls. Thank you. If you want to see what I think was my favorite video of 2019, I had just incredible scenery and things framed up really beautifully. See, if you're going to take that ride or do something like Niagara Falls, you can either stand in front and point your camera at the falls, or you can be behind people that are looking at the falls. And you can still see the falls, but what makes the videos is getting the people's reaction as they're going out to the falls and they're being sprayed by the water. And that's what makes really good cinematic video, is people in it and things like that. So Tenderloin is down on Eddy Street in San Francisco. It's an area that's populated by flop house hotels and homeless people and just very unsanitary blocks and blocks. It's like New York. It's like L.A. Skid Row. Yeah, go over the falls on a barrel with your cowboy hat. Weehaw! I could live, but I might die. But what's the reward if I live? Oh, that's the idiot that went over Niagara Falls. What an idiot. Yeah, the daredevils that attempted to ride it out. Thank you, Luce. Took a wrong turn and ended up walking in town near Hibernia Bank bus stop was on fire. Not a soul in sight. I am interested to see what the negative of the falls was, the casinos was on Niagara Falls. Yeah, the guy in the barrel. I think they have a museum there on the Canadian side of some of the shit that's, or some of the shit that's gone over the side. You know, some of the memorabilia and stuff. It's a hell of a drop. It's a hell of a drop. I mean, you got to really have some kind of cojones to take that ride. All right, guys. I've got to get up early tomorrow. I'm going to be on deck about 4:15 a.m. and on the road at 5. I will do a little bit tomorrow. Of course, I'll have to give my restroom report tomorrow. No, see what things are like there on the road. It's not going to be as dark in the morning, hopefully. So, but it does get dark earlier at night, which is kind of a drag. I would say I'm not sure how far the drop is. You're connecting one Great Lake to another, so it's a hell of a drop. That's what the Erie Canal Lockport does, is raise boats up to the equivalent of that. Thank you, Pocket Changey, Elmer, everybody else. May go live tomorrow. We shall see. In any event, thank you guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful Monday, the day before Election Day. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, moderators.